Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I hope everyone is doing well. Thanks for tuning in. As always, shout out to the subscribers. Big up to anybody new, locked in. Thanks a lot. Okay, so shout out to the Uzbeks locked in as well. Israil Madrimov has got a world title shot this coming Friday against Magomed Kurbanov. I think I got that right. Hopefully I did. The Russian guy. This fight was cancelled actually not too long ago. It was like on and off. I think Madrimov had some kind of injury. I was following the story. Then it got re-announced. It's back on, which is great news. And it's on the undercard on AJ Ngannou this coming Friday in Saudi Arabia. Really good fight. Great opportunity. This is for the WBA junior middleweight title. That was Jamel's. I think he got stripped from that. And it's up for grab. It's a vacant belt, but this is a great opportunity for Israil Madrimov. And I've done a documentary on Uzbek boxing. I'll leave the link up here, but I covered heavily about their philosophy, their hard work, their footwork, their athleticism, their ability to switch hit. And Madrimov encompasses all of that. He is Uzbek boxing to the fullest, I think. You know, he's very athletic. He was a former gymnast. And you can tell because he does those somersaults after he wins, and it's very impressive how he does it. But he's the kind of fighter that switch hits, and he does it so seamlessly and so beautiful and fluently. It really confuses his opponents quite sometimes because he's actually effective with it. Some people that switch hit do it because it might feel cool or it might feel like they're throwing their opponents off, but he does it where he's actually it's beneficial for him. And there's loads of footage where he's just switch hitting like this. He'll switch his feet, and that's a big part of the Uzbek training. If you watch their training regime, they are drilling the I think their plyometrics. Like I'll have to watch my own video again, but it goes into, it talks about the repetition of it and just the detailed analytical approach to their footwork. Analytical is probably the wrong word, but just the dedication to what they do to get their feet so good. And his footwork is superb. And like I said, Uzbek fighters typically will come on the front foot and they'll kind of bounce a little bit with that pendulum step, which is very Eastern European. Obviously Uzbekistan, if you don't know, was part of the USSR, and it's right in that Central Asia, right next to Kyrgyzstan. I think that's where Bivol's from. So you see the influence of that old Soviet style, but they have a more aggressive approach to it. You know, Soviet boxing typically is a little bit more like defensive minded, but the Uzbeks like to come and put pressure on you and back you up and punch you whilst counter punching, whilst moving in and out, being defensive responsible. It's an amazing style, to be honest with you. And they churn out southpaws like the Cubans. I've paired the Cuban style a little bit. The Cuban style is more defensive, but in terms of their fluidity, their footwork, their counter punching ability, their switch hitting, and just graceful rhythm, you know, there's some similarities there. And like I said, Madrimov is very rhythmical, and you know, it's going to be a really interesting fight. Kurbanov, I forgot his name. He's a tough dude, right? Russian guy, not been stopped. They've had a mutual opponent, Michael Saro. Madrimov stopped him, and then basically, I can't get this guy's name. I've forgotten his name, but you know who I'm talking about. His Russian opponent. Look, he's the one that he beat Liam Smith, but that was in Russia. So most of his fights have been in Russia. He doesn't seem like he can really punch. His KO percent punchage is low, but he also can take a punch. He's very durable. A lot of Russians that have that same last name with the beards, they are tough men, do you know what I mean? But I'm expecting Madrimov to pull this one off just from a skill set point of view. He's also very durable, very tough. You know, he's well schooled as well. They you know, come to America and get their schooling here. Joel Diaz on the West Coast. MJ trains over there. Obviously, Bivol's trained over there. So they get that extra string to their bow in America. And you can really see it coming out because they're loose. You know, Madrimov is loose with it. And, you know, likes to do that pendulum step, bounce, one in, one out, about. And then, you know, they can match you with the intensity, you know, because if you've got an advantage to have I'm just going to call him that Russian. Magomedov, something like that. He's tough, and he's going to be in for a fight, and he's durable, and he's got a chin, you know. And when you have someone that has the will to win and they're going to hang in there, you need to outskill them a little bit. If you're just going to out-tough them, and Madrimov might need to box a little bit more than he's used to boxing. He might need to think a bit more than he's used to thinking. But ultimately, I think he's going to do that. I think he's going to outskill, outmaneuver, and maybe outwork that Russian guy, and, you know, come out victorious and be the WBA world champion. And it'll be great to see, because it will only be MJ, Akhmadaliev, and Madrimov out of the all the Olympians so far will have been the only two to be world champions. That would be a great success, because and something Madrimov can learn from Otabek Komatov, who just fought an amazing fight this Saturday. If you haven't seen that, he fought and lost against Raymond Ford. But one of the main criticisms I had about Komatov was he was far too jittery and far too erratic and wild with his punches. And not only was that making it easier for Ford to see, but he was burning a lot of energy, a lot of nervous energy, and coming in and making his punches really, you know, just easier to read. And you know, his energy dropped, and he gave up the 12th round, and it ended up getting stopped. And, you know, Raymond Ford was in amazing shape for that too. I'm actually want to make another video just to double down on how great a performance that was. Maybe if I have time, I'll do it tomorrow. But at the end of the day, he can learn something from that. You know, Madrimov, like, just guy, you got to stay relaxed and, you know, not let the occasion get to you. Learn from his mistakes. Don't. And Komatov gassed out so hard in the 11th, because he did win a very big 11th, and it is what it is. You know, you can't sometimes plan for fights. You know, they just throw all these crazy situations at you. But Madrimov, definitely start off calm and ease into the fight. Stay relaxed, and just, you know, use your jab if you have to, because that Russian guy, he's probably going to be there to come and fight you. So, like, you just got to be prepared for that. Don't get too awed by the situation. It's a world title fight. You got 12 rounds to get your work done, and when it comes to the 12th, don't go on your back foot and on your bike and give the fight away. And I don't think he will. I think Madrimov is going to win. He's going to be the new WBA champ. That'd be great. Shout out to all the Uzbeks tuned in. I know there's been people posting saying, oh, where's all the videos? And, like, you know, there hasn't been a lot to talk about, to be honest with you. But hopefully we will get the answer on this one. But anyway, that's it from me. Boxing on the Edge. I hope you guys have a great rest of the week. I'm out.